Well, 2019 election is getting closer by the day. Here are some key numbers to keep in mind ahead of that election. Update on some of the figures that you need to know. It will change, but it's good to keep tabs as a continuous voter registration is still underway. Now, as at August 20th, 2018, the fresh registration is more than 13 million. So when you add that figure to the over 70 million on ground before this new exercise was restarted, you will have an idea of the total number of eligible voters ahead of the 2019 election. Also, the PVC collected so far stands at about 847,693. So there is also transfer requests and replacement requests as displayed on your screen. Away from the numbers, now to one issue that has been described as a cancer to the Nigerian electoral system, that is vote buying. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, members of the civil society organizations and election observers have all condemned vote buying as reported in recent elections in the country. Who is buying the votes? How can these electoral offenses be curbed? How much money is too much in the Nigerian electoral system? And what does the law say? Let's break it all down for you. So I have members of Nigeria's major political parties, the ruling party and the main opposition party. I have a member of the House of Representatives here with me in the Lagos studio. Honorable Jide Jimoh joins us. Thank you so much for coming on the program. And from our Abuja studio is a member of the PDP, Dr. Kach Ononuju. Thank you so much for your time on the program today, gentlemen. Let me begin with you, Honorable Jide Jimoh. How bad is it if the kind of money being exchanged for votes, the way it's been reported, and the manner in which we're going 2019, how bad would it look?
Very, very bad. And I want to say this. It is very important to prepare in this country and tighten up our belt tenaciously if we really want 2019 election to succeed. Why did I say this? We are talking of vote buying. We must also be talking about vote selling. The two are intertwined. Without selling, you cannot buy. And if whoever that is willing to buy from somebody, somebody must be willing to sell.
So there's a demand and supply. The chain
is a matter of demand and supply.
So why do you politicians buy anyway?
It is the responsibility of every single person, not politician alone. The stakeholders, INEC, political parties, security agencies, and the communities. Very, very important. All these are issues that needed to be discussed and addressed accordingly. But I begin to think about if somebody in a state want to have 2 million votes and want to put 4,000 naira per person, multiply that 4,000 naira with 2 million votes. You are talking of nothing less than 80 billion. How on earth do you think one will have a right-thinking person will have wasted such amount of money on nothing instead of boosting the economy of the country?
The accusation has been against your party, and a lot of the times, I mean, sometimes also to the PDP. So it's between your party and the PDP. Why do you think that the two major parties are doing
accusation that can never be substantiated?
But you know that vote buying exists.
Accusation and allegations are the same. But until you are proven right, before that thing can be taken to be serious. Having said this, I want to let you know this, that one thing that is very important, and Jamie, in this country, whoever that cannot consult, that cannot campaign, that cannot convince people, will continue to buy votes. I, for one, I cannot do that. But I can campaign, I can consult, and I will make sure I convince you to the extent that you will go for me, you will go for my party. If anybody cannot do that, you should expect him, if he has the money, to have purchased or bought anything of such. But it's condemnable, and we should fight against it. It's a crime against humanity. It's a crime against God. It's a crime against the economy. It's a crime for every single person that is in the country if you encourage such thing to happen. But we must change the tactics.
Dr. Onanuju, I mean, you've heard Honorable Jide Jimoh, and it's actually it's perplexing the way and manner the trend has gone, the sale of vote from the voter point of view and from the politician point of view. Your party also has been accused in the past because your party will accuse the ruling party has also accused your party at different times. Why do politicians buy vote from your own point of view?
Well, thank you very much for discussing this today. We are Nigerians, and we know that vote buying never ever entered into Nigerian political culture until the APC came to power. We saw it big time in the election in Ondo State. We've seen it also in the election in Ekiti State, heavily used. And all I can tell you is that it probably is a consequence of the rundown of the economy. When you do the Scotched policy, the economy goes into recession as it did. People become very hungry. So the only way you now think you can use to entice them, since they are very hungry, because you've not been able to grow the economy, to actually spur economic growth, is to try to buy their conscience off. And for me, vote buying is rigging. Vote buying, so I think this is what the judges will now need to gear themselves up, so that if there are evidences of vote buying, caught, and when they are brought, just election should be annulled, and whoever bought votes should be disqualified. So for me, it's a brand new scourge, but all I can tell you is it set into Nigerian electoral system since this recession. The recession, the first time we had it was in 1983 when President Buhari overthrew government. Recession has come back again to Nigeria, and the consequence of that is using the small money that is available to buy off the electoral conscience of Nigerians. I think this is very bad. I believe it will destroy our democracy, and whoever uses money to buy votes probably will not provide any service to the people, because all he will want to do is to recoup that money. This is very bad. It's killing our democracy. So people are complaining that the government's harsh, draconian systems undermine democracy. And also we are now seeing that the use of vote buying under the APC government since they came to power is also destroying our democracy. Nigerians must stand up. Nigerians must speak up. Nigerians must see this as an attempt to kill the democracy and do everything possible to get the judges to understand the fundamentals of vote buying and how very dangerous it is, that it could kill our democracy and we will just suffer in a way nobody can talk about.